Hello, student. So, we already completed our two chapters. Now we are starting. We are starting now. Our third chapter is money and inflation. So, our third chapter, money and inflation, told about money. So you know what is the money, and also you know about the inflation. Inflation. So first we are starting the meaning of barter system. Before knowing the money, we just have to understand what is the barter system. You already learned in your 11th standard the barter system is what. So barter system is a system of exchange where goods or services are directly exchanged for other goods and services without the using medium of exchange. Just like you want to you need the rice, and for purchasing rice, you give your you give other commodity in exchange of rice. It is called the barter system. That means I want to buy one buffalo, and I have to give one cow in the exchange of buffalo. It is called the barter system. So barter system it means the exchange of goods and services directly in the exchange of other goods and services without using a medium of exchange such as a money. Now we are using the money in exchange of something. We want to purchase something, we have to pay money in the place of other things. So here in the barter system means if you want to purchase something, you have to give any other commodity in exchange of this thing, or other commodity or services. If you want to get any goods or services, you have to give other goods and services on the place of this. So the meaning of barter system. Now next, the limitations of barter system. So barter system is too much complicated. If I want to purchase the goods, some expensive goods, and I have to give on the place of my other commodity which I have produced. So this is the not proper measurement. How many commodity I have to give to purchase these types of goods? How many types of things I have to purchase for giving these types of commodity? So it is not make a proper comparison. So here the limitations are given. In the earlier years, individual lived a simple village life, had a less needs, and they carried out agriculture exchange of goods and services, which was sufficient for their sustenance. So it means they using in village life, they are using this exchange of goods and services on the place of exchange of other goods and services. So some problems they have to face. The first limitation is problem of mutual adjustment of wants. So with the social economic development, the needs of human beings increased, and so the economic structure, which was simpler in the earlier time, become more complicated. Now, those who had a rice to exchange for the wheat did not need wheat but clothes and barters. So it means while the other hand, one who had clothes did not want to rice but want the ghee in exchange of their clothes. So thus there are the difficulties in establishing the needs for each other's goods or services to make a barter possible, making it challenges to establish a barter system indivisible indivisible and divisible goods. It means that if I want to purchase a wheat, and I have to give an exchange of the rice to the exchange of wheat, but the other person don't want to purchase a rice, they want the clothes. So it is not making a proper combination, proper adjustment in these types of sense, because other wants to purchase other things, I want to sell other thing in exchange of other. So barter systems makes more problems to making a mutual adjustment. Next, the difficulty in storing value. Storing value is a more difficult. A farmer may exchange wheat for the pair of the shoes or clothes, but when the productivity rises and she or he produce more wheat, there arises a problem of stores surplus wheats. If the wheat can stored for the long period, then at a future date Such stock of wheat can be exchanged for the new pair of shoes or the clothes or rice. But the question arises, how to store the wheat? If I want to purchase the shoes, I am producing the wheat, so what I can do, I just sell my wheat and purchase the shoes. So for in future, I want to purchase more shoes, I want to purchase new shoes, I want need other shoes. So what can I do? I have to store my wheat, and then I will purchase my shoes and exchange of weight. But where I store, how I store, when an individual produce a large scale of those one's own effort, he or she had to exchange this produce instantaneously for the other goods and services. It was otherwise difficult to store the surplus of goods or stores the exchange of those goods and services. So, exchange of value of these goods. That means that what I was told now, that I want to I was told you that I want to purchase buy these shoes, and I have a excess production of weight. So if I want to purchase these shoes in the future, I for that I have to store my weight in the proper place. But isn't difficult to storing, because I haven't capacity, I haven't facility to store the goods properly. Now next, the problem of measurement of value. The problem of measurement, it can be easily understandable. The exchanging wheat for the rice was the simpler, but now the large number of goods become available for the exchange against the wheat. Hence, it become a difficult to determine and maintain the exchange of value of wheat. It means if I want to exchange wheat with rice, it's okay. But if I want to exchange wheat or rice with other things, it is too much complicated. If 20 kgs of the wheat equal to 40 kgs of rice, 10 meter of textile is a 1 kg ghee. In the modern structure, the question of measurement arises: how much the textile can be exchanged 1 kg ghee, and how much the rice can be exchanged 1 kg ghee. It has become difficult to determine the measurement. Hence, there arose a need of universally the acceptable measuring rule. It means the problem of measurement is arise. How can you easily identify the 20 kgs wheat is equals to 10 kgs rice? How can you identify the 1 kg ghee is equal to 2 kg rice? So it is too much complicated measurement. For this complicated measurement, a universally measurement route is want to find for to settlement of this problems. So these types of limitations is available in the barter system, like a problem of mutual adjustment. Here one person want other thing, other person want other thing, so buyer and seller is not have a proper adjustment, mutual adjustment. Difficulty in storing, a buyer or seller has a more goods is produced by them, so it is more difficult to store them, that types of goods. Next, the problem of measurement of value. So how we measure the value of the goods which produced by us, so it is too much difficult. Now next is the origin and development of concept of money. So how the money concept is origin and development. So we understand the measurement of money, in order to simplify the procedure of exchange and to introduce the universally accepted mediums with the satisfy the story of value function under the barter system. Commodity and animal were used as a medium of exchange in India. So evaluation of money, in the place of money, when we using the barter system, at that time we just accept one rule. Here the universally accepted medium which satisfied the story of value of function under the barter system. We exchange the commodity instead of commodity, animal instead of animal. So in these types of medium are used in India as an exchange medium. Meaning of money and functions of money. According to Marshall, money is that medium which is used as a means of exchange without any doubt or investigation, regardless of time or place. So Marshall told that the money is a medium of exchange which is used in means of exchange with or without of doubt or investigation or place or time. So money is the one type of thing which is used in a place of exchange. if I want to purchase the goods, if I want to purchase some services, so I can pay the money on exchange of this. It is a satisfactory way. While the Robertson defined money as what is accepted universally in exchange of goods or services. So all persons accept something, all mix and complications. We have the many limitations in barter system, so we find a one way to make our goods and services is very easily. So Robertson says that the universally accepted things of to in exchange of goods and services, it's called money. Now the functions of money. Functions of money. Money is a medium of exchange. Money is a medium of exchange. It means I want to purchase something, I want to pay the money. So the most important functions of money is to act as a medium of exchange and trade. It removes the limitations of lack of the double coincides of wants and make exchange easier. The farmer can get money in exchange of wheat from the money, and then from the money he can buy the clothes, shoes, and etc. So money is a medium of exchange which is satisfactory to the whole universe and universally it's accepted. Now next, money as a store value. Money is a store value. So another function of money is a money as a store value. If person produced goods and services, exchange of goods and services, but saving a bit for the future need of the goods and services was difficult. Before the use of money as a means of exchange, animals were mortal and a long-term saving of value was not possible using them. This made money the most successful means of storage of the value in the terms of time. It is easy to have a money storage of the value. It become possible to money exchange of the crop and save the money for the future needs to buy goods and services. Another advantage of using money was that it could be used as a standard of deferred payment. These characteristics of money become an important basis for the entire system of credit, hire purchase, and installment payment. It means money as a store value is a one also a function of money. Is another function of money as a money as a store value. So it means if a farmer produce more wheat and then he sell the his crop whole his crop, and then he get in place in exchange of all his crop, he get money on the place of this, so he can easily store the money instead of the wheat. So it is the store value. Money is a store value. Now next, third function is money is a measure of value. Money is a measure of value. So money play an important role as a measure of value. In a barter exchange system, it is more difficult to remember that the exchange rates of value of goods and services at 20 kgs wheat, 10 kgs rice, so it is too much complicated. But money is a very easily measured. As a 20 kgs weight, we have to pay the we have to pay these rupees, 200 rupees, 300 rupees, 400 rupees, 500 rupees. So it is very easy and very easily measured, we easily remembered. So money as a measurable value is also the functions of money. So all the limitations of barter system have become the functions of money. So money is accepted as a a universally as a exchange function. Money is a universally accepted as the exchange of an exchange measurement of exchange, medium of exchange, sorry, universally accepted as a medium of exchange. Next, the types of money. Since the times of barter system, animal stones were used as a means of exchange and storage of value. Therefore, thereafter, the metal coin came into the existence, which were followed by the government regulated note and currency coins. This was succeeded by the banking system, credit card or e-banking system. So these types of monies are available. So first is commodity money. Commodity money means I have to purchase some goods and services, I have to pay some goods and services. in exchange of it. So I want to purchase commodity, I have to sell commodity, so it is the commodity money. Next is animal money. If I want to purchase animal, I have to give animal in exchange of it. I have to purchase commodity, I have to give animal on the place of it, so the animal money. Next is the metal money. Different metal, different shapes of metal are available. If I want to purchase some goods and services, I have to pay some metal on the place of these goods and services. Now next is paper money. Paper money, which is produced by our government. Our government is for what produce the note of the 100 rupees, 10 rupees, 50 rupees, 20 rupees, 2000 rupees, 500 rupees. It is called paper money. Paper money. Also plastic money. Plastic money is called the ATM card, debit card, credit card. It's called as a plastic money, MasterCard. Now next is banking money. Banking, invisible or e-money. Banking money means we make a banking transaction directly from our mobile, from our internet facilities, so it is called banking money. So these types of money is available. Now next, meaning of inflation. What is inflation? So in a simple sense, inflation means a rise in a general price level. Inflation means rise in price level. Generally this price is, as we get example, that the price of it is 10 rupees per kg. So it is a general price. Every year, every 2 year, 3 year, the prices may be up and down, but generally it's maybe 10 rupees. We just take, as an example, we just take 10 rupees as a good price. But when generally increase in the price of their weight, it is called inflation. So inflation is what? Inflation is the rise in the price level. Generally, people consider inflation is to be rise in the prices of goods and services. When we understand it, this situation is an inflation when the price of goods and services price is more rises. It's called, we have faced the situation of inflation. But economic gives a clear meaning of inflation. So we just understand the when prices rises of such commodities of goods and services, we call it inflation. But economics tell the proper exact definition of inflation. So here the definition of inflation is, according to Dr. A.P. Lerner, a situation of excess demand over supply of goods is called inflation. So I have the 500 unit produced, so I have supply only 500 unit, but demand is more than 500 unit, maybe 600, 700, 800. So it is called inflation. What there was, we have supply is sufficient, but supply is limited, but demand is not. Demand is more than supply. It is called inflation. So as per A.P. Lerner, a situation is excessive demand in compared to supply. It is called inflation. According to A.C. Pigou, inflation is said to occur when monetary income rise faster than real income. Pigou said that when monetary income is rise as compared to the real income. Next, the constant and the steady increase in the price leads decrease in the purchasing power of money. When the prices increasing day by day, it's called it. In this similar situation, our purchasing power is also reducing day by day. In similar way, Dr. G.M. Keynes believed that the real situation of inflation is created with the increasing in money income beyond the level of full employment of the factor of production. When the employment is full, so the production is also more. So employment in full, so all person have the income source, so all person get more income, so more money, increase in the level of money, increasing in the level of employment, so increasing also the level of production, or it is called the inflation. Now next is the characteristics of inflation. Here the following the characteristics: the constant rise in price. When prices constantly rise, we call it inflation. Price rise in all sector of economy, not only in the single sector but in the whole economy, in the all sector the prices rise, it's called inflation. Purchasing power decreasing, value of money. It means when the price of commodity, goods or services is increasing, price of the whole economy is increasing, so the purchasing power of the commodity, purchasing power of the people is automatically decreasing. It is called inflation. The rise in the price level after the full employment is inflation. When the employment is full, all person have the job, all person have the availability to source of the finance, so it is called the rise so their price rise. So it is called, when all person have availability of finance, all person have available job, so the prices rise, and it is called the situation of inflation. So some other characteristics are there. When government has kept control over the suppresses increase in the price in the price level via rule, law and subsidies, it is considered inflation. Even if there is no price rise, it is called suppressed inflation. It means when the government has kept some control, government want to control the price, control the money. So what government makes some control and increase the price level. If government feels that the market condition is more complicated, government feels that here the production is increasing more, here the demand is increasing more, so controlling the whole market, government makes some more rules and more regulation, increase more price of the commodity goods and services also. So the purchasing, so price is more, so purchasing capacity is reduced, so it is called suppressive inflation. Next, if in an economy for shorter period of time, if there is an increase in the price of the limited goods or services, then it is not inflation. Here is definition, that the in a shorter period, sometimes in shorter period, for the 5 days, 10 days, 2 months, 3 months, once 6 months, means half year, the price of commodity, price of goods and services is rise, increase, or so it is not called the inflation. Of also limited goods, not the whole goods, not the all types of goods and services. When some factors of production are unemployed and there is a price rise, then producer get an incentive to produce more, so economic activity get boost and the factor get employment, production rise and prices falls. It is what, it is not also inflation. Here when some production and unemployment, and the price rises, then producer want, so even if the prices rise, so producer want to more sell, because in rise price producer gets more benefit, in more price producer get more benefits, so producer want to sell more goods. So for selling more goods, producer gives an incentive to selling of incentive to the seller who sells the more goods. So these types of incentive is create, these types of incentive, it make an economic activity get a boost, and it get a factor of employment, and also prices rise and production rises and prices falls, so it's covered the inflation. If there is an unemployment in the factor of productions, leads an economy increase in price and of goods and services will allow the employment to increase the production to decrease in price of goods and services. It means unemployment is there, and so that due to unemployment the prices rises. But when we we get permission to increase our more production, so for more production, more employment, prices automatically decreases. Therefore the increase in the price level and sorry therefore the increase in the price level in all sector of economy, even after fulfill economy employment is after the full employment is considered inflation, and it proves as harmful for economy. So the increasing price level in all sector of economy, here is telling about the price level of increasing all sector and employment is also increased, it is harmful to the whole economy. Now next, causes of inflation. So inflation means constant increase in the price of goods and services in all sectors of economy. The two major factors affecting the price of goods and services are demand and supply. So inflation is always affected by the two main factors, demand and supply. If supply is limited and demand is increasing, it is called inflation. It is the situation which called an inflation. So the major sector affecting the inflation is increasing in demand first, and second is increasing the production cost. Okay. So first is increasing in demand. So there is an increasing in demand of a product which leads to the increasing its price if the supply is not provided, or if they are provided at slower rate than increasing demands, then there is an increasing price of product. If there is inflation due to increase in aggregate demands as a compared to aggregate supply, then it is called the demand pull inflation. The major reason for the increasing in demand are as following. So increasing in demand, it means the increase in demand is increasing in price. When demand is more, supply is limited, so price is also increasing, automatically increasing. So this increasing in demand, it shows the providing this lower rate of increase. Sorry. If increasing in demand, it shows the increasing in price also, because here the supply is not available, supply is not sufficient, so demand is increasing. So the limited product are available in market and demand is more, so it increase, the price rises. Here the other the other reasons are available for increasing in demand. First, increasing in supply of money. Monetarists considered inflation as a purely monetary phenomenon. According to them, if there is an increasing in money in a state, the individual earn more, because of which the demand of necessity increase. Against the increasing in demand, supply remains steady, leading to increasing in price and inflation. Inflation. Marshall says, too much money chasing too few goods causing inflation. It means when the increasing supply of money, when the full employment is out there, and increasing the supply of money more and more, the market gets a more finance, a person get more work and get a more income, then person demand is also increasing. When person has finance, person has increasing supply of money, so the demand of person is also increasing. So on the place of demand increasing, supply is steady on that condition, supply is steady on that situation. So in this situation, steady supply and increasing demand, price is also increasing. So here the increasing in demand is also caused by increasing the money. Next, the increasing the public expenditure, government expenditure. So increasing in government expenditure, the government of developing country like India is involved in economic development of the country. So like Indian government is want to make a more developed in our country, Indian country. So government incur the expenditure after the installing infrastructures, provisions for basic utilities, or providing the employment, which increasing the supply of money in economy. This increase the income of demand of the people, which leads to the rise in general price level. What is telling this? When the government wants to make more developed the country, government make more expenditure, like an infrastructure facility, like the more making the more utilities providing employments, etc. So these types of expenditure increase, they increase the supply of money, and the supply of money increase the demand, and so demand rise the price level. Now next, the overpopulation. The third cause of inflation, third cause reason of increasing in demand, which cause the inflation, is a overpopulation. So in India, there is 2% annual increase in population, leading to an increase in demand of individual. The increase in population cause increasing the demand of basic requirement, and when the supply of insufficient, the price level increases. When the population is constant but the purchasing power increasing due to rise the income, there is an increasing the price level. Thus the supply of money leads to the increasing the demand, followed by the increasing the increasing the price level of goods and services. So in shortly, overpopulation means every every year 2% annually increase in population. So population increase population, demand increase. So demand increase, the price of goods or services also increase. In other case, if the population is not increasing but the increasing the income level, so supply the steady of the supply condition and increase in the income level, so increasing the demand and supply is steady, so price of the goods or services is increasing or rises. So effect it is affect the market condition, and it is called, the situation is called the inflation. So first cause of inflation is increasing demand by the supply of money. It means more money is available in market. It is also reason of increasing demand. Another, increase in the public expenditure. Government want to make more developed to countries, so government make more expenditure. It is also affect the increasing demand. And overpopulation, when the population is more and more, the demand is also increasing, so all the increasing demand is affected to inflation. Now next, the increasing the cost of production. The major factor affecting the price is supply of goods and services. Supply is more affected factor. Supply of goods and services is affected to market situation. Supply oriented economics believe that when there is an increase in production cost, there is an increase in its price. When the production cost is increasing, price is also increasing. If the producer make more expense, so producer also raise the more price of the goods and services. If there is an increase in the cost of raw material, machines, electricity, water, worker wages or transportations, there is an increasing in the price of goods and services. So when the other things become more costly, just like the raw material is making more costly, machinery costly, electricity is more, water rates is more, workers wages is more, transportation expenses is increases. So all these types of expenses increases automatically affect the price of the goods. So goods and services also increasing. The inflation caused due to increase in the production cost is called cost push inflation or supply stock inflation. So when the costing is increases, so cost increase, which cost push the inflation, it is called the cost push inflation and supply stock inflation. Okay. Now next, other reasons. Other reasons, the major reasons are for inflation are increasing demand, increasing production cost, but particular practically there are also other factors which can affect the inflation, even though the minor factor are for a short term, they cause a spike in price level. Example, in industry based on foreign import, if there is an increase in the import expenses, or if there is a shortage during the contingency, it can lead the price rise. It means, it is an example, when the one industries depends on the foreign import, and in the price, and if the rise in price of import, or here the shortage of contingency, so it is increase in the rise of the price. So other reasons is also, these types of other reasons is affected. Basically there are an increasing in demand and production cost that leads to inflation, but the minor factors are also followed. So major factor affected, but other minor factor is affected in the reason for causes of inflation. Reason of inflation: first, taxation policy. The taxation policy of government cause inflation. How? The high increase in the tax rate increase the cost of the product, and which rise the inflation. If government make more rate of tax, it's rise the price of cost, and then it's rise the it's rise the rise the prices, and it's create the inflation. Next, increase in the price of import. If in India 70% of petroleum products are supplied by import, if there is an increase in price of crude oil in international market, then there will be an increase in the rate of petrol and diesel, which can also increase in the price of other product. If India has to face increase, depends on 70% on petroleum product. If international market petrol price increases, India face a more trouble because India have to pay more prices. So India if purchase costly petrol, so India sells costly petrol to in the country. So it is also affected the causes of inflation. And last, scarcity. When we have some scarcity of this such a product, we have to face the inflation. When there is a scarcity in terms of the raw material, electricity or requirement for production, it's led increase in the price level of the goods and services. If we haven't available technology, available goods which we want to which we used in our production, it is increase the rise of goods and services. If the scarcity prevails for a long term period during the production or is extensive in nature, it can be cause of inflation. So even if scarcity is available in long time, it is make a more cost increases of the product and services, and it's called rise in price of product and services. So its effect make up it is also the cause of inflation. So causes of inflation is increasing demand, increasing cost of production, and other like a taxation policy, increase in the price of the import and scarcities. All these things causes is affected to the inflation. So here student, our third chapter of money and inflation is also completed. You have to write the exercise in your notebook. Okay, thank you beta.